keep the law perfectly. And so he's saying, look, why are we gonna put this on top of them when we ourselves haven't been able to keep it? That part of the good news of Jesus is that Jesus has set us free. He's made us righteous, even though we ourselves are not righteous, and he does that by his grace. So that's what he says here, that all of us are saved through the grace of God in verse 11. And then the church, when Peter talks like that, everybody falls silent, and they listen to Barnabas and Paul tell about all the signs and wonders that God had done among the Gentiles. And so right, there is celebration here. I don't even think, those who are opposed, or those who are insisting that they be circumcised, I don't think they're opposed to God working among the Gentiles. They just think there ought to be a couple more steps along the way. So they hear this and they rejoice. It does remind us that in the book of Acts, the movement of God is accompanied by signs and wonders. And so Lucas is presenting this story in that way, because remember, we first get Peter and John going out, and they do the same kind of miracles that Jesus did. And then Paul and Barnabas go out, and they are doing the same kind of miracles that Peter did, which are the same kind of miracles that Jesus did. And this is evidence of the fact that God is with him. Okay, so that's where we're at. Let's see how they respond. So verse 13. When they finished, James spoke up. Brothers, he said, listen to me. Simon has described to us how God first intervened to choose a people for his name from the Gentiles. The words of the prophets are in agreement with this, as it is written. After this, I will return and rebuild David's fallen tent. Its ruins I will rebuild. I will restore it, that the rest of mankind may seek the Lord. Even all the Gentiles who bear my name, says the Lord, who do these things known from long ago. It is my judgment, therefore, that we should not make it difficult for the Gentiles who are turning to God. Instead, we should write to them, telling them to abstain from food polluted by idols, from sexual immorality, from the meat of strangled animals, and from blood. For the law of Moses has been preached in every city from the earliest times and is read in the synagogues on every Sabbath. All right, so James stands up, and this is helpful when you read the book of Acts. This is not James the disciple. We've already seen, right? James the disciple is what? He's already dead. He died. Herod had him killed. And so this doesn't label it here, but if